Hi, Aries. Uh, what the hell do I usually say? Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
I'm so comic false start. That's
Too
great.
much vodka for me, clearly. Okay,
You
Marcia's
got it
enjoying
early
this.
on. We're good.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna continue here. Okay. Three, two, one. Hi, Aries. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for May of 2020. We've got moons for you and activity for Venus, Mercury, and Mars. And right away on the 7th of the month, we begin with a full moon in Scorpio, which falls in your 8th house, really lighting up the arena of intimacy and and sharing with a lot of emotions. So you might feel like you're feeling a lot of intensity around those areas and maybe feeling a need to be in control more than usual. So surrender is really the watchword. We're calling this moon rebirth is characterized by loss. Resist it or surrender to it. A little bit of vulnerability would be really well timed around this moon on the 7th. Now, the other moon that's happening is the new moon in Gemini on the 22nd. And that one falls in your third house, along with a pile of other planets happening in your third house at the time, really bringing the big theme of communication to the fore. Now, this moon has a lot of harmony built into it. We're calling it words are the seeds that grow into communities. There are a lot of community themes here. And so, things that you say and the way that you communicate them can do a lot to impact your circle of friends and your relationships and help to knit people together instead of driving them apart. And definitely don't speak in anger during this moon. There is a square between the moon and Mars that, might make you a little irritable. So watch out for that. And this moon happening on the 22nd, definitely be watching out for those themes anywhere within about a 3-day span around the 22nd. And hey, Julia, what's going on with the inner planets this month for Aries?
Okay. Well, let's start with on May 11th, Mercury, the planet of communication, and also the planet of thinking, enters the sign of Gemini, which correlates with your third house. And the third house is the house of communication as well. So Mercury does pretty well here. So
Mm-hmm.
what that means is after the 11th, all of your communication channels, whether you like to speak, whether you're writing, whether you're blogging or vlogging, they're going to be they're going to be increased. They're going to be sort of working pretty effectively for you. And on May 12th, the next day, Venus is also entering Gemini, or no, she goes retrograde in your third house in the sign of
Yes.
Gemini,
Mm.
excuse me. So that really emphasizes a lot of third house activity this month. So
Yes,
the third
yes.
house is our siblings. It's our local neighborhood and surrounding. So this could be a month where you really take a lot of pleasure, because wherever we have Venus is where we find pleasure, in how you communicate with other people. I know that a lot of us are homebound right now, so that could mean a lot of online activity, a lot of group calls with friends, lots of trips around the neighborhood, taking pleasure on going for a jog or walking your dog if you're at a stay-at-home state. Then on May 12th, Mars enters the sign of Pisces, which means that it's going into your 12th house. And the 12th house is the most hidden house in the zodiac. It's the house of the subconscious. And Mars is how we get in touch with our activity and our drive.
Mm.
So when Mars goes into the 12th house, it can have a little bit of a hard time there, because Mars generally likes to be very, very direct and very assertive, and that's not what the 12th house is all about. So sometimes that means that if you're going to be doing activities or doing some work, you might prefer to do it in more seclusion on your own instead of being a team player. And it could also mean that you want to take actions which are a little bit more hidden, instead of being direct. If somebody annoys you, and just instead of, because Aries, you're usually pretty direct, you might kind of find indirect ways of expressing your anger. So be careful of being a little too passive aggressive as well. And then on May 28th, Mercury is going to be moving out of the third house and into the fourth house as it goes into the sign Cancer. And that's the house of family, home, all of those kind of lunar-like places, because the moon is the natural ruler of the fourth house. So that means that your communication, instead of being turned towards your neighbors, your siblings, your friendship networks, might start becoming a little bit more private, a little bit more subjective, and aimed towards our family members too.
Yep, absolutely. And Aries, if you're feeling, kind of shut in and stagnant because of the craziness that's going on out there in the world, there really couldn't be a better time for you to put some good attention on yourself and some self-care in. And we ladies of Pandora Astrology would love to help you with that in the form of a reading. And so I'm going to put the link for our services page, and you can choose the kind of reading that you want to focus on whatever area of your life is stagnating. Because, oh boy, Aries, stagnation is not for you. Well, we enjoyed making this video for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. You'll find this video gathered together with other horoscopes in our monthly horoscope playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, and also on our horoscopes page at our website, pandoraastrology.com. Until next month, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.